Hey y'all, this is Gaming Granny coming at you. Tonight we're going to do something a little different. I have been seeing stuff all day long about Jason Aldean and his #1 song in the country. Try that in a small town. Now, I hadn't heard the song till today. And I was quite perplexed, puzzled, when I heard that CMT was taking it off the air. Really? Why would that be necessary? I really just, yeah. Now, I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna say the R word when referring to some of the press and critics, etc. And the reason I'm doing that is because some of the people who are saying stuff, really, I don't think have any business saying what they're saying. So I want to touch on that some, because I want it to be known that no, that ain't what the song is. That ain't the message. So keep all that in mind. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Be nice to each other in the comments, please. Otherwise, you will be blocked. There is no reason to be hateful or anything like that. Now, if you say something that's incorrect, don't be surprised if you get a message back from me correcting whatever it was. And at the end of the day, here's how I see it. We are to a point in this country where if we don't all start getting along mighty quick, I think it's pretty much curtains. And I say that because just look around. This man just wrote a song about pulling together with his neighbors and making sure that everybody had the same, experience in their small town. Because small towns are a lot different than big ones. I know. I was raised between two small towns. And then sometimes I would end up in a big city, a capital city. I don't really talk about exactly where I live, you know. Because anybody could come across this channel and enjoy it or not enjoy it or whatever. If you don't like this one, leave me a comment and tell me what you would like to hear. And the worst part is, all of my school reports for every year basically, and every 9 weeks, and during the when we would get the interim ones too, would say this girl cannot pay attention in class and do her work. She's always talking. Okay, well now that's become ironic, because this is like the fifth time that I've tried to get this ready to put up. Okay, and I forgot I wanted to say this to y'all at the beginning. Welcome to my channel. If you like watching somebody game and talk, I will try to do my best. Now, if, like I said, if there's something else you'd rather me cover, let me know. And as for my subscriber who asked for the video of Stranded, I am going to try to pull that off of my hard drive this week. I haven't forgotten about you. Even though it's been a year since a year ago was when I was last on the channel until last week. So, and I want to say, you know, we all know that there were times when things happened in this country that shouldn't have. Period, point blank. Okay? But we can't keep using that as a reason to try to make somebody's job or life a nightmare. Okay? Just because you got your panties in a bunch doesn't mean everybody's going to feel the same way. Okay? Now, I expect probably a lot of hate comments to be around, but we will see how it goes. That being said, I want to talk for just a brief minute about someone that I was shocked to hear was flapping their jaws about this situation. And that was Sheryl Crow. Now, Sheryl, you have a beautiful voice, honey. But until Rolling Stone or somebody asks you to review music, just stay out of it. Because, I mean, you did not come off looking good off of this deal, okay? You would have been way better off if you'd have kept your mouth shut. For real. And that's just the truth. Okay? I know, it's not pretty, it's not what you want to hear. Okay? But at this point, I have to say it. Okay? Okay, rant about Cheryl over. But, yeah. I just won't go there anymore. But I've listened to the song many times now. At least 6, 7. I didn't hear anything remotely to be mad about. What he's saying is, in these small towns, everybody knows everybody's business and knows everybody else. They know your daddy, they know your mama, they know your grandpa. And there is it's a very close community. I don't really want to say like the Amish, but yeah, I mean, they have communities, and that's what this is that is a community. And let me tell you, everybody know everybody's business. Everybody know everything that's going on. If your man's running around on you, I guarantee you somebody in that town knows. Okay? And let me just say this. The one small town that I was raised in the South, if you did something wrong at school, when you got off the bus or when you drove home, my mama would be on the phone with your mommy or daddy waiting for you to come in the door because she needed to tell you something that you did wrong. You did something wrong, and somebody called her before you even got out of school. So think about that. Okay? I mean, there it is. That's pretty much as blunt as you can put it. Now, I did see some amazing people who were standing up for Jason, and not just all country music people either. No, some of them were some of them were people that mostly only listened to gospel. Some of them were people who just kept getting messages because of the R word thing. And then, you would watch them reviewing it and they're going, I don't get it. Why is everybody so mad? Why does everybody have their panties in a bunch over this? The only thing I've seen in the 7 or 8 times I've heard the song now is that it's a really good song. And if you're proud of this country, you should be very much liking the song. Now, that being said, I know that country's not everybody's cup of tea. Okay, and that's fine. But don't put it out there that somebody is doing something especially something like the R word, or one that rhymes with, or that's in the bigger word of Lynchburg. Those things should have never been connected with this song. And it breaks my heart that they were. Because it's a bunch of crap. The only thing he's saying is, we don't let people come in and take stuff from people here in small town. Now, how is that racist? He says we take care of our own in small town. I don't remember anybody calling John Cougar Mellencamp racist when he released his song Small Town. Where was y'all then? I mean, really. And they want to give him crap because he picked a courthouse to film at in the South. And they happened to find an unsavory historical event that happened there. And again, that's the one that the word is in Lynchburg. But that happened almost 100 years ago. So, should we still be fighting about something 100 years later? Or maybe it's time to just not do that crap. Let's face it, I mean, the government and the media, I don't know what the media's deal is. I really don't. I know what the government's deal is. As long as we keep fighting each other over stupid crap like this, then they can do whatever they want. They can plunder the money. They can kill people. They can do anything they darn well please. For real. Because what's going on, we have no idea. The right hand's just letting the left hand run amok. Amok, amok, amok. And the problem is, they want to talk about how this used to be the best country in the world. It never will be again unless we get to getting along. And I know it's easier said than done, okay? But I'll tell you, I've gotten to the point where I literally have prayed and said, well, if you're going to come burn it down, Lord, when you bring Jesus back, go ahead and let's get it over with. Because it's just so frustrating. I mean, look, they have messed with... I mean, they didn't throw this big a fit when 2 Live Crew got the first ratings sticker. Do y'all even remember that? That being said, and that's not the only genre that has unsavory lyrics by any means. What'd she do with that other? He got away from her, maybe? Okay. That's cool. Anywho. So, I really don't understand the objections. What he's saying is, yeah, you know, you can look online and find videos of people who are literally carjacking old ladies, punching people in the face, whatever else he sings about. And they're still on the street, and they're running out there doing all kinds of crimes. But instead of worrying about the criminals and the crimes, no. They want to focus us on something to keep us from getting along. Because if we get along, we actually could stop their crap. And get this country back to where it used to be. Here's the sad part for me. It is a sad commentary on how things are these days. When did having good character qualities and a moral compass become wrong? I don't know when, but we better figure it out pretty quick. Okay? And I don't say that to be hateful or anything like that. I'm just saying that is one of the things that we seem to have misplaced. And until we find it, there's going to keep being them and us. And right now, we are in one of the worst financial problems that we have been in decades. And I say it because of not only this situation, but there's situations that are similar, and they want us to keep fighting about it so that we won't stop them from doing whatever they want to do. I'm having to crawl out of here on my belly. So that's my opinion on Jason Aldean's song that's #1 in the country right now. I think it deserves to be #1. And I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't get some nods at some of the award shows. And Jason is long from being done as an artist, in my book. Now, I will say, there was a nice lady named Candace Owens who did a very good video on this story, and she actually had moved from Washington, D.C. to Nashville. And the first person she met that helped her out, like learning where to get groceries, where to do this, where to do that, was Jason's wife, Brittany. And she said that she didn't see anything remotely racist in this. And she's known Jason and Brittany for 3 years. And as for the courthouse that they were complaining about being in the background, Candace explained it very nicely, and it dovetailed really well with it not being a racist song. And that was, it's very close to both of their homes in Tennessee. So, it's like within 5 minutes of Jason's house. Now, if you can't figure out why you so if he wants to spend more time with his family and stuff, he has to be creative about where he makes these videos. He picked a courthouse. He wasn't here 100 years ago. He didn't know what happened there in the past, I'm sure. But I'm also going to say this. In the South, it's hard to find things that haven't been soiled either by historic events or people thinking that people are the R word. But we really, really, really are going to have to do something, or we're not going to have a country left. We're already way over debt, and don't look like we're getting out of it anytime soon. A 99-cent hamburger from Wendy's was $3 and something tonight. That's insane. And I'm not talking about like one of them big burgers neither. No, 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 no. I'm talking about just a small burger. Like you might put in a kid's meal, basically. And I think we could all use some more good character qualities. And I don't think it would hurt any of us to have a refresher in manners either. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do some shout outs. I've already talked about one of them anyways, and that's Candace Owens. I had not heard of her, had not seen any of her stuff, but she was right on the money with her video, and I really like the fact that she lives in the same area and that she actually knows Brittany and Jason. Okay? And they're just saying that, once again, here's what his point is, okay? When Roseanne was on the first time, remember they had that snooty neighbor with the little boy that was friends with DJ, and she come from Chicago, and she had money and all that, and they got robbed while they were in Chicago visiting her folks, and they were talking about Neighborhood Watch, and Dan said, yeah, unfortunately the neighborhood watched while y'all got robbed. So that's all he's talking about, is don't come in here thinking you're going to go in and break into somebody's house and take their stuff, and there's not going to be anything done. That's all he's saying. We watch out for each other. In other words, the neighborhood ain't going to watch them rob you the neighborhood is going to make sure they get caught. And in a small town, it's a lot easier to do that than in these big cities. Okay. Shoutouts. And these are all YouTube channels. I didn't think to write down the TikToks earlier. But you know, I'm barely getting it together, okay? Like I said, I've had to record this several times. Okay, so one channel is LFR Family. And I loved his video on this particular subject. Okay, all of these people, I enjoyed their videos, and want to give others the opportunity to not only see and hear this video, but to understand that there is nothing ugly like race, like the R word, involved. And the sooner that we start realizing that we can't just keep complaining about the same crap all the time. You know, if there's a problem, let's fix it. Let's work together and fix it. Don't, you know, as the old saying goes, don't pee on me and tell me it's raining. And I'm sorry, I really just, anyway, I've heard that a few times. Alright, so here's the channels that I found that I enjoyed, and I already gave you the one, LFR Family. Candace Owens, check her out. Let Cheryl Crow know that she can, if she wants to be a music critic, she might want to check Rolling Stone and some other places. Okay? Okay, Rick, with 2 K's at the end of it. The Real A-Dog. And Depend TV. If y'all get a chance, go check them out. And like I said before, why is having a moral compass and good character qualities so blatantly unwanted in this country anymore? Seriously, somebody tell me. Because I feel like we're spinning our wheels here. I can't get over how Dolly Parton wrote a rock song. With similar type feelings. You know, she was trying to say we need to all pull together and get it fixed, and like what I've been trying to say here. And for whatever reason, they didn't mind her song. And it wasn't the R word either. But to think that this one was, people were saying that's what it was about, blows my mind, because there was nothing of that in there. He's talking about the government wanting to come take our guns that our grandparents gave us. And I know what he's talking about because I have one that my grandma gave me. And my other grandma was a bartender in South Columbus, in the South. And that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to give away personal details if I can help it. Occasionally I do when I talk about certain topics. But I've been trying not to, of course, talk about certain things because I have family, and some of my family wouldn't like it or understand. And, yeah, it might give me some hate or a good tongue lashing anyway, because it would be, I just don't get it. I don't get what they got out of saying that about that, because it wasn't what they were saying at all. And it actually made me feel horrible for Jason. And that doesn't even count his wife and kids, which is probably why that place got picked in the first place to make the video, because it was right down the road from their house. Yeah, how smart's that? That's smart, actually, I would think. And I mean, Cardi B can sing WAP. Have you heard some of the lyrics in that? My Lord. That is more palatable than what that song is more well liked than with the lyrics it has than it should be. In my opinion. And this is an opinion channel. And we all know it's Generation X. Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has at least one. Right. Alright. I think I've about covered it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time. Laters.